By the end of this video, you'll know the best and worst tanks to use in Season 9 of Marvel Rivals. If you disagree with anything, let me know down below in the comments ASAP. Starting off with Doctor Strange because he's my profile picture. He's in this weird limbo because if the enemy is running poke slop, you would think you would need a shield tank, but you're making a really big mistake because I realized, hey, my Doctor Strange shield gets flip-flopping melted and then I just die like a bum on a chopstick. The real best use for Doctor Strange right now is if you're going against a very heavy brawl comp, which is not going to happen most of the time, and to use his teleportation. Now this sucks because he's one of the first tanks I ever got to champion, but for right now he just doesn't fit inside the meta. I gotta put my boy in, I really do gotta put my boy in low. But this next tank doesn't have the same problem Doctor Strange has, or does he? Now Magneto is one of those tanks you think of when the enemy is running poke slop. Poke slop heroes like a Bucky, Elsa Bloodstone, and a Cyclops who is dead right now. But the only issue with Magneto is his shield is a resource timer. Yeah, it doesn't have that same resource like Doctor Strange, but forget it. Can we just talk about his damage? This Wanda team up being a permanent team up is setting him apart for so much more. There's a really big mistake a lot of Magneto players do, and that's spamming into the enemy tanks. Look, I realize if you shoot at what your team is shooting at, you're gonna be killing stuff way faster. So if your team is shooting at the enemy Emma, that's when your Magneto should be shooting at the enemy Emma. But your default should be trying to poke the enemy healers. And just for that team up and for the Magneto base damage shit he has going for him, I'm gonna go ahead and put him in D tier. I lied. Because you didn't even hear about Magneto's ultimate and his peeling capabilities. Magneto has one of the best tanks in the game, second to best than Doctor Strange, because he can shut down a Luna Snow, Invisible Woman, Cloak and Dagger. But we also got to talk about his bubble, because when an enemy team is running poke slop, all the Magneto has to do is just lay his hand out and put a bubble on top of his teammates. So our Unk is actually pretty stacked this season with a permanent Wanda team up, bubble capability, and a pretty good Magneto meteor. My boy, you're moving from D tier up to A tier. Hey, just like the thumbnail. And speaking of the thumbnail, we'll go ahead and move on to Venom Navius. In Season 9, you are making a really big mistake if you are not banning Venom inside a competitive. This dude now has brawl capabilities, making him be a better damage dealer and more of a main tank now than he previously wasn't. Not only does that overshield make him unkillable, that's been running this game for like the past 9 seasons, but Venom, especially with that Phoenix team up, this little whipping effect into your backline, you're gonna be actually upset when you turn around and see your Luna Snow and your Cloak and Dagger dead and a big black 19-inch monster inside of your backline, and he's swinging out because I just got the kill and nobody killed me. You should be banning Venom right now. But why, Bray Too Cool? I want you to take a look at this Venom gameplay. The Venom has a Deadpool debuff, but look, he's applying sparks to the backline. One of the White Fox died in that explosion, which you could totally see, by the way. He got a pick and he lives to tell the story. Psych. In every single one of my Celestial games, I am banning this character because of how much of a problem he is. With the Venom, with the Phoenix and Venom team up, brother, you don't even want to save yourself the headache. You don't even want to go through the headache of dealing with this dude in your black line. Venom is not a D tier hero this season. If anything, he's S tier. Hey, I don't care what y'all say. No, I'm not flats. Now back to the thumbnail, we can get to the rest of the tanks. We gotta talk about Officer Grimm. I hate this character with a damn passion. I hate playing as the Thing, and I hate playing against the Thing. And let me show you why. This team up where you're just rocking the Haymaker right punch, fiery punches, he literally gets health for doing damage. The Thing is a vampire in Season 9 of Marvel Rivals. He's unkillable. I can't tell you how many times I battle leaped into the enemy backline and Haymaker the enemy supports down. All because I had this overpowered, stupid, busted team up. If you're generally not using the Thing right now, if you are actually not banning Officer Grimm inside your competitive games, and if you aren't using this monstrosity of a rock in every single game, you are throwing. But why, Bray Too Cool? right now, Benjamin Grimm is one of the easiest crutch characters if you are in a losing streak. All you have to do, I'm literally giving you the game plan. You better drop a like right now. All you have to do is jump into the enemy backline, activate the Human Torch team up, and go haymaker, right click, left trigger. All you gotta do is just spam the haymakers. And you don't even need supports to pocket you. All you need is a freaking team up and a target to keep doing damage so you can stay up. And just for that, Mr. Benjamin Rock Shaka Clock is going in the high if I can get this freaking. And just for that, Mr. Benjamin Gripmerson is going in high S tier. Because he's like that. Now with 4 of the 14 tanks covered, let's go ahead and move on to the tanks you should not be wasting your time with. And later, the tanks you should absolutely be picking up, especially if you're forced to tank in competitive. One of the trickiest tanks in my experience, Mrs. Emma Franklin Frost. She's just one of those heroes where she's a hit or miss. And let me tell you why. First up, this beam, it takes a minute for this beam to actually reach its full potential and for it to do damage. And you also gotta play this little balancing act of when to use the psionic sentient shit. I don't know what you call it, but it's that thing that you throw out to actually build up the beam. That little crystal thingy that was there. The only biggest issue that my teammates have and I have is knowing when to actually throw out that little crystal thing so you can actually build up your beam. Because sometimes you just need to hold down the primary fire button to build up your beam passively that way. You're still doing damage to the enemy and you're still farming, but you risk that what if I just pop my crystal out. Right, you're stuttering a lot. It's because I'm right. So this hero, she's just not consistent with her damage, and we gotta talk about her shield, because when you think of, hey, we need a shield tank, you're never gonna be thinking of Emma Frost as a shield hero because her shield just ain't strong enough. But when you have like a dive slot problem, hey guys, we're having a diving issue, can we get a can we get an anti-dive tank? This hero is going to be at the top of your mind because her diamond form is just the best. Now I used to struggle, not gonna lie, when Venom was diving in I would not pop my diamond form, but I mean, she's strong, she's just not the strongest. Is she the biggest and largest? Yes, she is. But Miss Emma Frost just gets left behind. Her damage just ain't enough. It's not fast enough. She has enough damage, she just can't get it fast enough for what the team needs sometimes. Now if you're playing into a Devil Dinosaur or a Thing, that's a different story. For now, let's go ahead and place her. Miss Emma Frost is in the same boat as Doctor Strange. It's just not her season. You could argue she's strong, but in my experience playing her, she's just not fast enough. Hokey. Now, I may be a little biased in placing Hulk. It's like, I've played against so many Hulks in competitive this season so far, and every time I play against them, they always switch off after 4 team fights, bro. I don't know if it's just because my pills are good on Doctor Strange and Thor, but they always just get deleted. It might actually just be a skill issue with the Hulks I've been playing against. Now, when there's a Hulk on my team, even then, I just see them jumping around and jumping out. Maybe if y'all are trying to distract, then yeah, we need you. But in my experience, Hulk's in about the same tier as 2 other tanks you've seen before. It's just not his season right now. It just, I don't know. He's strong enough. Now, Monster Hulk is strong enough. Don't get me wrong. But base form Hulk, I just don't see him as a threat. Unless I go against like Exotic or something. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get a lot of hate for this, bro. In my experience, it's doo-doo. Speaking of doo-doo tanks, Tank Deadpool is a big waste of time, and let me tell you why and who you should be using later on. Tank Deadpool is not the tank you need to be holding space. Yes, he has a lot of health. You are making a big mistake if you are trying to survive and win the game on Tank Deadpool. For starters, Tank Deadpool doesn't have the infinite gun slashes. For starters, Tank Deadpool doesn't have the infinite katana slashes. Hey, did you hear me the first time actually? Instead of using Tank Deadpool, you have to use DPS Deadpool, bro. When I tell you, this DPS pool you're seeing was deleting my backline with the infinite slashes and the Gambit team up where he does damage for jumping on top of my healers. I had a nightmare playing this game against this dude, and he only had one upgrade, that being his infinite katana slashes. If you are using tank Deadpool over DPS Deadpool in Season 9, you are honestly throwing the game, and you deserve to lose the game and be wondering why your team is saying GG no tank, because tank Deadpool ain't a damn tank. You have better options. Better options in this case being DPS pool. Do not use tank Deadpool. Speed run time! And later you'll have the complete list of which tanks you should be using in Season 9. In my experience, Captain America is great for taking the tension away from your team. Like say you got poke slop heroes like Cyclops and an Elsa Bloodstone. If a Captain America is inside of their backline and attacking their healers, then he's going to do a great job of creating that space into that poke, into those two poke heroes. And he's one of those heroes where the scoreboard doesn't tell the story, but he's going to be one of the secret underground weapons that get you to winning games. But if you don't know what you're doing, don't use this character. If your teammate doesn't know what he's doing, good job, you lost the game. Thor has always been one of my best tanks. He's been my second champ to tank, and really he's really consistent. Very, you can awaken in like 2 seconds. Be sure you're rocking the Angela team up over the Hela team up, because I rarely see a Thor get a freaking revive off of getting a kill. If you don't know how the Hela team up works, do your research, because you got to get a kill and then you get revived. But out of the hundreds of comp games I've seen, I've only seen like 5 Thors actually get the revive out of the hundreds of comp games I play in a month. And the Angela team up just makes you more mobile, but Thor has always been consistent and my go-to guy for when shit gets hairy. For that, he's obviously in high A tier. Rogue. Gambit team up, attack the backline and focus fire, you're in for a damn treat. Please pick Rogue up. She has a permanent Gambit team up, and especially when you have it enhanced, brother, you're going to be winning games, bro. High A tier. I don't have too much experience on Groot, but from what I've seen with my teammates, he's one of the fastest tanks to get his ultimate and to isolate targets to make it easier for you to kill. Did I mention he gets his ultimate quick as hell? I high-key don't know too much, but I'm gonna put him in B. Mr. Devil Dinosaur. He has been one of my least picked tanks too, on top of tank Deadpool, because you just block damage, bro. And you would think he's the answer for when your team has an enemy thing and you need that percentage-based damage, but with how big Devil Dinosaur's hitbox is right now, and with how unreliable my healers are at pocketing me when I'm on Devil Dinosaur, it's just not his season right now, bro. The devs gotta bring back his knockdown ability for when he shoots out his laser beams, because they gutted him. They really did. That, and I don't have too much experience with Devil Dinosaur this season. These next 2 tanks I actually have experience with. Angela has been my go-to to countering poke slop. In case you didn't know, dive counters poke slop, and you need a dive hero to counter poke, because shield tanks just don't work since their shields won't last forever. You got to use the infinite shield glitch that is natural cover, and just being able to fly anywhere I want horizontally and vertically to get to my target. Angela has been one of my best tanks so far to actually help me carry and turn games around where I would have lost on paper, because the enemy would have like 40 kills and my team would have only 20, but I still win games because I was so good at commanding attention. And on top of Angela's low-key team up where she has 2 charges, make it 3 charges with the enhancement, she's in a pretty consistent spot. Yeah, good luck to the team though, B tier. Mrs. Peni is in a excellent spot this season. We're talking about 2 nests, and you have it to where the enemy team is just scared to walk down the choke because they're afraid of being blown up by invisible mines they cannot see behind the bright yellow webbing. And did I mention a 3-second stun that's on a 3-second cooldown? That's 3 seconds of not being stunned until you get stunned again. Peni has been my go-to hero to abuse for when she's not getting banned, because even when it seems like my nest is gonna be broken, the enemy still has to watch out for my mines because they get blown up. And even if the enemy does try to break my mines like this Groot is trying to do, I just stun him and body block it. It's so damn annoying, and my team just eats up the damn their target, in this case being Groot. Please pick up Peni. And please watch some Peni YouTubers because they've been helping me out a lot and helped me go from being hard stuck in Grandmaster to Celestial. If we can get this video to 1 like, you too could help out in the poke slot meta.